Hello everyone and welcome back to FilmBook Review, an official YouTube channel of FilmBook. Featured in Google News, IMDb's news desk, and a member of the Critics' Choice Association, FilmBook is an entertainment industry news website that reports on the film and television show industries in the United States and across the world. Today on FilmBook Review, I'll be reviewing the film Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire is directed by Adam Wingard, written by Terry Rossio, Simon Barrett, and Jeremy Slater, and stars Rebecca Hall, Brian Tyree Henry, Dan Stevens, Kaylee Hoddle, and Alex Burns. This is a Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire movie review, and there will be spoilers. If you like our movie reviews, please like this Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire film review, as that helps us out with YouTube's algorithm, and consider subscribing. Once subscribed, click the bell notification box, and you are all set. Please also consider becoming one of our patrons on Patreon at patreon.com/filmbook. And now the Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire movie review. Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire takes on a challenge that it simply should not have to. Directed by Adam Wingard, this new sequel spends a lot of time on a multiverse of sorts full of Godzillas and lizards, or whatever Godzilla is. However, this film features a cast that includes the terrific Rebecca Hall, the fine Brian Tyree Henry, and the impressive Dan Stevens, so the movie begs the question, why not use the human performers to their full advantage, rather than showcase a movie with many different creatures that is almost chock full of wall-to-wall visual effects? It's a tale as old as time. First-rate performers get utilized in a movie which is unworthy of their skill sets. However, there are a lot of bold risks that Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire takes on, even if the movie only works from time to time. Rebecca Hall stars in the movie as Eileen Andrews, who has an adopted daughter named Gia. Nothing brings a family closer together than saving the world from the evil Scar King Gorilla. Also, on the mission to keep things safer for society are Bernie Hayes, a guy who runs a podcast, and Eileen's ex-boyfriend and veterinarian Trapper. Though one may want this movie to be mostly about them, it is not. Henry's hilarious sense of humor is lost in the shuffle in a movie more focused on action scenes and CGI. Hall gets pigeonholed into the mom who doesn't understand her daughter role, and although Dan Stevens is okay here, he has nothing really substantial to work with. Hoddle is the most impressive star of the movie, as her character comes to terms with her inner self as the course of the movie continues to play out. Instead of the humans, Godzilla, King Kong, and Mothra are some of the central characters here. The movie shifts to different locations, and once in a while, back and forth between time periods. There is a cute little gorilla mixed into the action here and there, and Kong gets his hand injured, but the personalities, the monsters, are not developed much beyond good versus evil. There are times where monsters ridicule other monsters, and Scar King is a real SOB, but the overall development of the plot is, at times, sluggish. The movie is also kind of brave in taking on exhibitions of the monsters more than the humans. Eileen and Gia have a bond that will be tested by the events of the movie, but the film adds the results of the development of the relationship as a tacked-on happy ending, rather than as a pivotal plot point within the picture. There are a lot of clever touches in the movie. For example, when Bernie gets to go on the mission to the Hollow Earth with Eileen and the crew, he hops onto an aircraft in which the pilot warns him not to touch any of the buttons in it or else they'll all perish. Scenes like this are funny. Bernie also wants to post videos of things that Eileen wants him not to. It's all quite entertaining when we get moments like this, but the movie is so wrapped up in the monsters fighting one another to keep the development of the humans up to par. The joining of King Kong and Godzilla on screen does make for some nifty special effects that enhance the movie's entertainment value, even though these monsters feel like they exist just for the action sequences rather than for a greater purpose. The introduction of a new ice age, though, ended up being a pretty intriguing concept and makes for some cool moments within an otherwise typical creature feature. The last picture before this one, Godzilla vs. Kong, was a much better movie. That does not mean Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire doesn't have anything compelling to offer viewers. It does deliver in the special effects department, with impressive gorillas and lizards, etc. The Scar King is appropriately menacing, and King Kong is a reliable, aging hero who is juxtaposed against that much younger gorilla who seems more enthusiastic about confrontational battles than the worn-down Kong. Godzilla is underutilized to be sure, though. The movie gives so much backstory on the gorillas that I was wondering if Godzilla was even going to be a key player here. Luckily, Godzilla does come into key points of the action with a vengeance when the plot requires it. Though Hall, Henry, and Stevens try hard to make their characters feel substantial, the movie ultimately relies on heart-tugging emotions at the last minute to develop their characters. That leaves Kaylee Hoddle to steal the movie from the other principal performance here. Gia is a character who the audience will most likely relate to, even if one wishes she had more screen time, or at least as much as Kong and the other monsters did. Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire will probably have a follow-up movie to it. The new picture delivers the goods when it comes to stomping action, with the monsters all doing their thing like they're in a wrestling match. Sometimes humans can help movies like this one feel more interesting, so the best advice to the filmmakers for the next film would be to evenly distribute the screen time between the humans and the monsters. But then I remember when the original Jurassic Park came out, some people complained that there were too many humans and not enough dinosaurs. You can't win, I suppose. Nor can you please everyone. And that brings us to the conclusion of this Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire movie review. I would love to hear your thoughts on it below in the comment section. If you liked what you heard during this review, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Please also visit and subscribe to our podcast channel at FilmBook Podcast. If you would like to get FilmBook's articles delivered to your inbox, sign up for our daily newsletter, or download our Android mobile app for instant notifications. You'll find links to both in the description. Thank you for viewing, and you can watch one of these reviews next.